29. In this web panel discussion, we in this time we are talking about three different topics: education in Colombia, Escuela Nueva Model, and assessment in Colombia. The four different speakers are going to explain the topics in depth. We are going to do an introduction about ourselves. My full name is Ms. Vidayana Fuentes Preciado. I am from Santa Marta. The topic I am going to talk is Escuela Nueva. Escuela Nueva is an innovative model in which was designed in Colombia in the middle of 70s by Vic Colbert, Beryl Levine, and Oscar Mogollon. Those research was concerning how the teaching practice was developed in the rural countries in Colombia, rural schools in Colombia. Because those kind of schools are the most poor and marginalized of this country. Escuela Nueva model improved the quality of preschool and primary levels in 20,000 schools around the country. Colombia primary education consists in 5 grade levels. The schools tend to have 1 or 2 teachers, in which most of them should teach in 1 or more grade in the same school. The Escuela Nueva model support strategies, methodologies, and resources in which encourage teachers and students to practice civil values, the construction of knowledge, the development of leadership, autonomy, teamwork, self-control, and self-esteem. On the other hand, this model promotes a classroom environment in which the student make a relation between school and community. The model is flexible because it's concerned in a student's needs as an individual child. Because allow to students to advance and complete a high grade level in their own pace. If you have any question, you can ask me.
Okay.
Okay, I continue with my topic. Hello, dear tutor. My name is
wait a minute, dear peer, because I have a question for Nasli. That is, what application has had the Escuela Nueva model?
Okay, originally the Escuela Nueva model was designed to offer complete primary education in rural schools, but this model has been applied in other countries with the same needs. Also, the model has been adapted to educate children, young people, teachers, directors, and parents in vulnerable conditions.
Oh, okay. And the other one is, in which country is situated Colombia Nueva? Escuela Nueva.
Okay, the flexibility of the Escuela Nueva model has allowed to be adapted to different cultures and contexts. Countries like Brazil, Colombia, Chile, Mexico, the Philippines, Uganda, Guyana, Dominican Republic, etc.
Okay, thank you, Nasli.
Okay.
Jesse, can you continue with your presentation, please?
Yes, thank you, Emmanuel. I'm here. Hello, everybody. My name is Jesse. Today, I am going to talk about the Colombian education. We need to talk about the system in Colombia. Colombia education system have an 11 years of elementary and secondary education. This consists of 5 years of elementary education, 4 years of lower secondary education. and 2 years for upper secondary education. There are 3 levels for university studies: professional, magister, and doctoral. There are also non-university higher education degrees, technician and technologies, offered at technical institutions and as well as a university level institution. So we need to talk about the education, the condition, the situation actually in Colombia. The educational sector in Colombia has grown considerably. However, access to higher education continues to depend on the social conditions. This, the government has implemented a comprehensive initiative to improve quality and increase access to education. In addition of this, Colombia also makes efforts to have a clear participation in international education. If you have some question for this topic, I can attend your question.
Okay. Do you consider it's important that social and economical conditions to get education today?
Today, to access education system in Colombia is easier than years ago because economical and social conditions are not relevant for that. However, the quality in the public education is lower, and for this reason, I consider that economical condition continues being important these days.
Okay.
Amazing.
Okay, me, what's your opinion about the education in Colombia years ago?
In my opinion, years ago was more difficult to get education in Colombia because those days we had to pay for access primary and secondary education. Also, university higher education was for those people who had a good economic and considerable social condition. Thank you for hearing.
Okay, Jesse, it has been a pleasure to get that kind of information from you. It's really amazing how education has grown up in Colombia during all this time. This is my opportunity to introduce myself. I am Emmanuel de Jesus Rocha Vergara. I'm from Santa Marta, and I would like to introduce information about the assessment educational. And the objective of National Education Assessment System is to evaluate the progress of the school system in achievement, curricular, or other goals of the education system, and to identify problems area in curriculum and instruction. Key decision point is the process to implement it using educational assessment, including defining objective and goals, types of tests to be given, design of applying effective instrument design, test result, and providing feedback, supporting complementary research, and overall ensuring that assessment results. The assessment in Colombia has been improving during all this time because private schools and college, university have taken advantage of this method for the login for the students. And we can see it during all this time how is related this assessment educational with the education in Colombia, because every day when we are seeing the improvement of the education in Colombia, the assessment educational have taken advantage of this one, because the technology has taken a road for the assessment education. And in my opinion, in this time it's so indispensable to use this assessment system, because a student will need to be awareness that they need to improve their knowledge to go ahead in areas, course, and to go in a university. For that reason, it's important to use assessment education in today and for all this time. If there's someone to give me a question, I'll be attentive for that.
Okay. What is the most important in educational assessment?
Okay, in my opinion, I think the most important thing of the assessment of education today is that a student can take a feedback of their knowledge, because we are in a process with a teacher, and normally all the knowledge that we are getting during all the time, we need to take a test. For the outcome of this test, we are going to see how is our improvement in the classroom. For that reason, is the importance of the assessment system. There's other one.
Yes. How influence high think the access education in the student?
Oh, of course. That's a good question, because the influence of this in the student is that they need to take advantage of the knowledge that they have acquired during the time. Normally, students are confident on themselves because they think that they can throw a test for their knowledge, but it's indispensable to know that if we don't pass uh, a test, an international test, in our case as a bilingual teachers, we know that we need to take a TOEFL test, an international test, a Michigan test, and normally, if we have to win this international test, we are need to take a good knowledge. We have to study a lot for to take this international test, and after that, we are going to know that it was indispensable to study to win this, to take advantage of this test, and that's the influence. Help the student to improve their knowledge for their purpose in their lives. So that's my opinion. That's my point of view.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you all for your contributions. Companions and tutors receive a word greeting. The topic that I choose for this panel is education in Colombia too. I chose this topic because I think it's important to be aware of the role of the education system in our country and the achievements of recent years. According to our political constitutions, education is a fundamental right that any person can access. It is the state that is in share of regulate the service and quality that is provided in the public institutions of the country in order to meet the needs of student Colombians. Since the 18th, the education system has been growing significantly, so low-income students have been able to access free education and increase their opportunities to serve decently, as well as increasing the opportunities for a Colombian student to study abroad thanks to the international agreements that have been exchanged over time. While it is true that the education system in Colombia has improved a lot of recent years, it is also true that it has allowed to improve since in the last 10 it has been very difficult in subjects such as mathematics and languages, for what it's done is a necessary to reflect on whether both material and human resource are sufficient and what are the critical points to improve. So as future teachers, we are in the obligation to commit ourselves to our work and try to educate and news and students focus on real life situations. So prepare not only academical but also for their daily lives. Thank you for your attention.
Awesome.
I have a question. Do you consider enough the methodology used in the teaching of the English language in the educational system in Colombia?
Consider important that English has been added as a main subject in the basic education and network in Colombia. But I also consider it's necessary to increase motivation and encourage the desire to learn English in the student. So it is necessary to increase the intensity of time, improve the methodology and learning techniques. As I believe you must with the student to get to know knowledge and interests necessary to want to acquire new languages.
Great. In the other one is, what is your personal opinion regarding of the current situation of education in Colombia?
I believe that the government is obligated to maintain and improve education service through an implementation of innovative teaching methods, more financial and technological resources, and the opportunity for professional development for teachers who educate the future of the country. Okay, I finished.
Okay, that's all. Okay, in my opinion, I think that each one of you have given a good information as for this topic. I'm so thankful because I know that each one of you have a occupation for this day, but all this sacrifice is for a good result, and we are going to give our best. Education in Colombia have improving every day, and we are the best, or we are going to best teacher in a future, and we are going to put all our knowledge as a teacher for our future students. It has been everything for today, teacher. Thank you for watching. I hope that you liked it. That was with the participation of Nasli Diana Fuentes, Mónica Sanabria, Yesid Alberto López Cervantes, and by myself, Emmanuel de Jesus Rocha Vergara. Thank you, teacher. Thank you for watching.